Welcome to another 60 Degrees motorcycle review. We're your hosts, I'm Russell Page.
And I'm Scotty P.
Today, we're reviewing the MT09 from Yamaha.
And also Yamaha's XSR900. Scotty, get out of the shot!
I'm Sully.
Today, Team Moto Yamaha gave us the privilege of taking these two bikes for a test ride. We ended up at West Mount Cotton and gave them a real good run for their money. We really clearly had our favourites today. Scotty clearly loves the XSR and I really love the MT09. I don't know why, but they're the same frame, they're the same motor, essentially the same bike, yet I think they're worlds apart.
As Russell said, pretty much the same bikes, same platform, same engines. It'd just be the suspension, engine tune, all that stuff that's different.
Seating position was a little bit different as well.
Yeah.
Peg position. It's the little things. And that's what this is going to be down to on the review today. Just the little things that are different in these two bikes.
So, as we were saying before, my preference definitely the XSR900. I found the power delivery on that nice and smooth. Actually, everything on the bike was nice and smooth, in my opinion. And it's actually quite surprising jumping on the pair of them. What I didn't really like about the MT09 was how touchy it was.
Well, the suspension feels quite good. It's a little bit stiff in the front. Really is quite direct. Not much input needed to really get it to move in the direction that you want. This one does come with a quick shifter. I don't think we'll be using much of that today, but when you're after a bit of fun, it's always good to know that you've got it there. Even though the suspension's a little bit stiff, it does really feel quite planted.
Now, I look at this bike and think more sports rather than this one, and it really was. The throttle, a lot more responsive, and even from down low you get onto it and the power was there. This one kind of built up. I found it a bit more exciting because of that. You get on the throttle and it would kind of surge forward. It was really good. What do you reckon, Russell?
I'd agree pretty much exactly with what you said there. I like the snappiness of the MT09. It really hit that throttle and you know you've got the power there straight away. In the MT09 series of bikes, Yamaha are producing the same 847cc cross-plane 3-cylinder double overhead cam motor. It's really good to see Yamaha introducing cross-plane technology across other models of bikes other than their super sports. The power delivery of these two bikes is very, very close. You get that essential feeling that the power is there right from down low at very start of first gear, and it is always constant. However, the way they've tuned these two bikes separately makes them a little bit different. The MT09 power delivery is always there from the very, very start. Even with their two power modes, it's really consistent. On the XSR, the power delivery is a little bit more linear. It's a little bit slower and it's a little bit smoother, but that can really give you a power and commanding feel on the bike.
It's quite surprising as well when you look at the specs, because the XSR here has actually got slightly more horsepower and more Newton meters of torque. It's 115 in this one, and I think it was 113.4 in this one. Not a big difference, but it's there. Also 87 Newton meters of torque in this one, where like I said 88 with the XSR. So it's actually quite surprising. You get a little bit more horsepower here, but you can feel all the power definitely in this one. Where
the power's delivered in the MT09 is definitely in the quick shift technology they've added to this year's model. You can really get through those gears fast with that quick shifter.
Definitely, yeah, I agree. It's really nice and smooth. Once you're on the throttle, you can just easily, smoothly go through those gears and it just feels great.
One thing to keep in mind though, the quick shifter is up gears only, not down. Both the MT09 and the XSR900 come with monoblock front brakes with 298mm discs, rear monoblock brakes, 245mm discs, and ABS all round.
Both bikes have 41mm upside down shocks. The MT09 is fully adjustable, whereas the XSR900 is only rebound. All right, now the rears, they're an adjustable, horizontal, monocross shock.
Yeah?
I was going to say monoblock, so monocross.
That is such a tongue twister.
It is really, isn't it? They're both fully adjustable, bump and rebound.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure they also got a height adjustment in them as well.
Let's have a look at the exhaust systems on these bikes. They're pretty much the same from the headers down to the catalytic converter, but from then on they slightly change. The MT09 has the same shorty pipe as before, But the XSR is a little different.
It is. Yeah, it looks like it's got a little can on there.
Yeah, it's a tiny short can. Have a look at the comfort side of things. I found the MT09 to be extremely comfortable. I didn't find the XSR so.
Whereas I'm on the other side. I actually found this more comfortable.
You're sat back a little bit further than the MT09 on it. Your pegs are a little bit further forward. And your arms feel a little bit more stretched out, but that can help around the corners. The seating's a bit harder than I thought it was going to be, and it takes away from the riding of the bike a little bit. I constantly find myself adjusting position on the bike when I'm riding it.
On the XSR, I found myself constantly stretching out.
You're a little bit further back on the XSR, yeah, that's right.
The MT09 has a few aesthetic changes from the previous years. We'll start at the front with the LED headlights. I'm not sure that I like the direction they're going with them. I think they look a little bit like the Z1000, and I would have expected something slightly different from them. But if you come to the tail end of the bike, they've really changed the way it looks, and I like it.
Yeah, no, I do as well.
It's very pleasing. It's like two LED strips down the back of the bike.
Yep, yeah, you got the two LED strips down the side, which is your brake lights. Sorry, your tail lights.
Tail lights, yep.
And then your brake light in the middle.
Having a look at the XSR, this looks almost bobberish.
A little bit, yeah. And I think that's where they're getting their, what was the design called again?
Neo-futuristic cafe racer is what I'm going to call it.
Like that. Yeah. But well, that's what they're going for, and I think the styling of it with the headlight and the tail light, definitely, yeah, they've definitely ticked that.
What they have allowed for is heaps of development from a personal perspective. Lots of options. I think over 200 different options you can option in and out on these bikes to customize them. On both of them. So yeah, you can really customize these bikes. On-road costs for these bikes. Let's talk a little bit about chalk and cheese. Coin, the moolah. All right, XSR 14.4 on the road. The MT09 is going to cost you 13.7.
A little bit surprising with that.
I'm very surprised.
Expected that to be actually a bit more.
I think maybe the avocado sandwich guys can afford the little bit extra cash on that.
You're probably right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Colours. With the XSR900, you've just got the brushed alloy with this one. But there's a couple more.
A couple of colour choices. So we've got the matte grey, they call this one, that's in front of us here. But there's also the matte black. We haven't seen one yet, but I'd assume everything's black where it's grey. And I don't think you get the fluoro rims on the matte black one.
No, you wouldn't.
So if you want the fluoro rims, which Yamaha are doing at the moment, you've got to go for the matte grey. When it comes down to it, they're not that far apart, and that reflects itself in the price. I think bang for buck, they're just awesome.
They are. Yeah. A lot of fun.
Well, we've had heaps of fun test riding these bikes today. Scotty and I can't agree on which ones we like more. I love the MT09.
Yeah, no, and I'm all about the XSR.
The XSR is just cool power.
Yeah, whereas the MT09 here, aggressive sport, really cool stuff.
So it really goes to prove that it's up to the buyer to test ride the bikes and decide for themselves.
That's right, especially, as we've said, these two are so similar, but feel so different.
Yeah, completely different. Guys, get on down and check out Team Moto Yamaha. They've got heaps of options for all these bikes and plenty of other bikes in store. Don't forget, check out the 60 Degrees website, www.60degrees.com.au. Christmas sales will be in store very soon. These are the new shirts, guys. Check them out. Boom.